Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is a Warhammer Stormbringer Age of Sigmar battle games, issues 76, 77, 78. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the magazine today and the plastic, and then I'll do a build video for one of the drakes. Oh, excuse me. In a bit. Right. Okay. Pretty packed out, these frames. And then the stands. Okay. Right. So let's have a look at the trifold first. We've got painting techniques, reference sheet. Okay, so they've just collated all the different bits and pieces. So first coat dry, this is for your undercoating, first coat dry, second coat dry, third coat dry, making sure you get your underside, okay, and yeah, so thinning paints, just a quick tutorial on thinning paints, loading your brush, keeping it to a point. Then they're talking about basing. They've obviously supplied a technical paint for that, and adding gubbins, details, etc. to the base. So some of the spare parts that you've had throughout the collection you can chuck on. Layering and relayering. So once you've put a shade on, you can relayer, keeping the shade in the recesses. Talking about glazing. So when you thin a paint quite a bit and then use multiple layers to build up a variation from light to dark. Dry brushing, and then highlighting, and then just a bit more on the base coating there. So yeah, quite a bit. Just to recap, handy little thing to have, I suppose. Right, let's have a look at this first magazine. Stormdrake Guard Part 1, Iron Jaws Battle Trait. Right, Spearhead. Okay, so with the issue of Skaven Tide, Spearhead's a thing, but this is a short story. Cool. So 4-page fiction there. Then we're into our how to build. So we're going to do 3 sub-assemblies for each miniature. So the Stormcast Eternal, that's the rider, the Drake itself, and then the base. Let's have a look. Stormdrake Guard. So it looks like they're showing you how to build both at once in this. So rather than build one and then build the second one. So just be aware that you're going to be doing different bits and pieces. Right, I want to know how these stands work. Because they are something else. They look good though. I like the fact, you know, one's got the wings down, one's got the wings up. It looks like you get a choice of heads. Potentially a choice of necks as well. Yeah, looks like a choice of necks for both. Choice of heads for both, choice of necks for both. Pose is pretty much the same though. You're just moving the neck around. And then obviously these are supposed to be interchangeable parts. So, okay. Right, said Fred. So, well, maybe not. Maybe that is for vehicles then, because there's a cross piece with a cup, which I assume takes the ball. Just try something. Okay, yes, that sits in there like that. But this looks like it's just going straight up into the belly. Yeah, potentially that looks like it. Or not, as the case may be. Pull that way up actually. Okay, yeah, that's a bit more secure. Alright, okay, I think I get it. Okie dokie. We'll look at that. And they do look good, they look really good. Iron Jaws, Battle Trait, Mighty Destroyers, Iron Jaws War, Smashing and Bashing, Battle Trait Tutorials, Mighty Destroyers, Iron Jaws War, Smashing and Bashing. Then we're into our Battle Plan 6. So, Alliance of Order. The Army of Order has concentrated itself in the city of Sigmar, but it has received news of a precious metal that will aid their war effort. A party is dispatched to Shamon to recover the mineral. They are trailed by the forces of destruction and must fight for their claim. If they win, they will recover the metal and improve their defences. If they fail, the forces of destruction will win and the plunder and the momentum. Sorry, will win the plunder and the momentum. So 2 heroes and 2 troops choices for the army list for Order. And Destruction, the Army of Destruction has encircled the city of Sigmar. But one small party makes it through their net. Excited to see what these Order warriors are risking their lives for, a destruction force gives chase and confronts them at the realm of metal. If they win, the forces of destruction will frustrate the Order plans and steal the metal for their own. If they fail, they will see the plunder fall into the hands of their mortal enemy. Army list, 2 heroes and 2 troops choices. And we're using the grey battle mat, which had like the river going down the centre of it. And we're using 5 objective markers. So battle mat 3, 5 objective markers placed in a cross. Okay. Right, so that's the first one. Second one, Venom Finale. So yeah, this is another story finale. So 4 more pages of fiction. Anatomy of a Troggoth. So this is for our Troggoths that we had in our premium kit. The last one that we had. Stormdrake Guard. So Pact of Draconis. The Pact of Draconis is a formal alliance between Krondis, son of Dracothian, Karazai, the Scarred, and Sigmar. The Draconith honour this pact by fighting alongside Sigmar's warriors. Some Draconith work so closely with their human allies that they are willing to bear a select few warriors to war on their backs, forming the formidable Stormdrake Guard. They do look good. So you get reasons for battle and draconic strategies, d6 rolling charts. Champions of Akshi, hero origins, d3 rolling chart, 3x3. And then for unit origins and creature origins. Then we're into painting the Marsh Crawler Slog Off. So yeah, finishing touches for our Marsh Crawler Slog Off is what they're doing here. So cool, 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 cool. Zandire's Lamp. Lord Aquila's Fur Cloak, just showing you how to put the pattern on. Yeah, I like that. I might use this. That'll be handy. Azurite Signifier's Banners. So, showing you how to do those. Spirit of Durthu. And then your gallery. The Last Stand Severed Lines. So, Alliance of Order. The commanders of the Forces of Order have realised that a vital supply line has been choked off by the Forces of Destruction. In desperate need of the supplies and fearing that deadly weapons may be falling into the hands of the Destruction Army, a force sneaks out of the besieged city through secret tunnels. If they win, the Army of Order will re-establish their vital supply route. If they fail, the Forces of Destruction will be one step closer to victory. So, 2 heroes and 5 troops choices. Alliance of Destruction. The Forces of Destruction have encircled the city and started to place troops along the Order supply routes to cut the city off entirely. But somehow troops from the Army of Order arrive and start furiously fighting to beat back the Destruction Forces. If they win, the Destruction Forces will cut the city off and gain the loot. If they fail, the Forces of Order will be able to resupply during the siege and will be able to hold out for longer. And again, 2 heroes and 5 troops choices. All 4 battle mats in quad, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 objective markers. So there you go. So we get, this issue is the bases, but the last 2 issues, 79 and 78, is going to be the Swamp Boss Stormdrake Part 1 and Part 2 for 79 and 80. Right, Nature's Gambit finale. So yeah, they're really wrapping up the stories. So another 4 pages. How to paint Stormdrake Guard. So here we go. Starting with your base coats. We're going to be painting this in similar colours to Krondis. I may get the airbrush out for these this time round. There's certain aspects of Krondis that I'm not happy with. So standard fare for the Stormcast Eternals and the Drake Guard. Right, here we go. Stormdrake Guard. Missile weapons. Draconic's Flame Storm. 12 inches, 1 attack. So that's on a chart. See below. Where are we? Draconic Flame Stream. The Draconics can unleash annihilating streams of worm flame with each exhalation. Do not use the attack sequence for an attack made with a draconic flame stream. Instead, roll a dice. On a 1 or a 2, nothing happens. On a 3 or a 4, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds. 5 or 6, the target suffers D6 mortal wounds. So they have a 12-inch move, 9 wounds, 3 up save, and 8 bravery. They also have Drake Rider's Lance, Drake Rider's Warblade, and Draconic Fangs and Talons. So the Lance is a range of 2 inches, 3 attacks, 3 plus to hit, 3 plus to wound, -1 rend, and 1 damage. The Warblade is 1 inch attack, 1 inch range, 6 attacks, 3 plus to hit, 3 plus to wound, -1 rend and 1 damage. And the Draconic Fangs and Talons, now this is handy, 3 inch range, 4 attacks, 3 plus to hit, 3 plus to wound, -2 rend and 2 damage. Nice. Then we have some War Scroll tutorials for our Drake Guard. So you get a few pages for that. Last Stand, poisoning the well. Alliance of Order, a rear guard from the Army of Order has remained behind the Akshi to guard a magical well. Now that the city is under siege, they have been tasked with returning some of the precious water to Gur. But first they must fight off the forces of destruction who have found the well and mean to poison it. If they win, the forces of order will return the water to their commanders. If they fail, the forces of destruction will steal the water and destroy the well. So 2 heroes and 2 troops choices. Destruction. The army of destruction has sent out a small patrol to Akshi to poison a well filled with enchanted water. But a rear guard from the forces of order remains there and must be destroyed first. If they win, the forces of destruction can steal a sample of the water and then poison the well to deny it to the enemy. If they lose, the forces of order will gain the water and be able to use it to revive their wounded troops. And again, 2 heroes and 2 troops choices. So we're using battle map 4, which is another grey one. This is the one which looked like it could have been, the way it was painted with the like detritus laying around, looked like it could have been water with like bits floating in it. But that's the one you're going to use. You've got 3 objective markers in a diagonal going across the center point, and you're going to deploy along each short board edge. And there you go. And there you go. That's what we're getting in the last 2 issues. So come down, let's have a quick look at the plastic. So these are our bases and these are our stands. So let's get rid of that. Now these are quite impressive, and I'm assuming these ones here, let's just take those off a sec. So if you've got a vehicle like one of those gunrunner, Caradron Overlord gunrunners, I'm assuming that will sit on that. That will go into the hull of the gunrunner, and then it can be placed in and out of that for storage and transport. Oops, knocking everything about. So these are a sculpt of 2021, and that's what you get. So we have 4 shields. So we got 3 like this. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got 1 around one. Are they prosecutors that have just turned up in the new Skaventide set? With the wings. I think these would go together quite well. Right, let's have a look, because they're pretty much the same. So here's your lance. There's your lance. Here's, that looks like the tail and where the back legs go. Wings, rear of the tail. There's 1 head there. Neck pieces. Another head. More neck pieces. And the such. These do look really, really good. So yeah, you've got, obviously, one of your shields can be used to denote your squad leader. It looks like they're giving you a male and a female. Troops. Looks like they have choices of heads, both bare and helmeted, for both. And you can either, looks like you can either fit them out with the lances, which are these things here. Oh look, there's a flaming sword there. That is cool. That is so cool. or just standard swords. So 1, 2, 3 choice of swords there, and then one sword on that sprue. I'm kind of disappointed that we got three lances. Looks like our Drake guard, at least one of them can have a cloak by the look of it. Can I see a cloak on the other sprue? The answer is no. So you've got options for denoting your squad leader, you know, with a flaming sword here and the such. Now, it would have been nice, I think, if sheathed swords were an option, because to me, okay, you're going to go bounding into battle with a lance, but the problem is once you've stuck that lance in somebody, the chances are is that it's going to break, which means that you need a backup weapon to transition to. And it's a shame that they haven't got swords attached to the belt or something, or even on part of the harness. Like, you've got the saddles which are part of the back here, just a place to put a sheathed sword, so that once the lance has gone into somebody and broken, they can ditch it, transition to their sword and continue the fight. I would have also liked to have seen possibly a pannier for putting a lance into, because they look big enough to perhaps have that. Yeah, that's probably my only disappointment, to be quite honest, is not having the sheathed swords attached to the saddle, so that you know, they're on there, because to my mind they would absolutely have swords as their backup weapon, and when they've stuck the lance into somebody and broken it off, they discard the lance and transition to their secondary weapon. So there you go. Right, I'm going to build one off camera, but I will build one on camera, because you don't want to see me build more or less the same thing twice. I know they're different poses, but you know, there you go. So that's the end of this video. I'll do a build video, separate build video for the plastic, and I will see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye bye.